Alright, I'm about ready to tear apart my water pump again. My other water pump had broke down, and I had to replace this. Well, I had to replace the water pump, and I replaced it with this water pump here. So I figured since I was about ready to do this, I have a leak, and geez, it's not really focusing. Okay, there we go. I have a small leak. It's nothing major, but I want to address it now because what's happening is, I don't know if you can tell, but that rubber hose is bulging, and I'm afraid that it might blow, and if it blows, it's going to be a big mess. So I bought some 1-inch braided PVC tubing. It's reinforced, so that should do the trick. I probably could have just bought like a foot of it, but what I'm planning on doing is all these hoses, as far as I'm concerned, are just restrictions in the line. I had a bunch of hoses, I had a filter hooked up and all this, but that was even a restriction too. So what I've decided to do is I'm just going to come from the valve here. I'm going to put the check valve in line with it, and then from the check valve I'm just going to run the braided hose to the water pump. Now I'll give you an explanation why there's a check valve in here. I don't know how many years ago, I'd say probably 7 or 8 years ago, my foot valve went on my well, the hose that goes down to my well. So you can, well, I guess you can pretty well figure out when that goes, because your pump will pump up the pressure, but then when it shuts off, then all the water just goes right back to your well, and then your pump will turn on and it'll just keep on circulating, right? So I wasn't quite sure at the time what was going on, but after I watched what was happening, that the pump was pumping up the pressure and then it would just lose pressure, I figured it was the foot pump, or the foot valve. And all the foot valve is a check valve. It's a one-way valve. So I just went down to the hardware store and got myself a check valve, and I put it in line so the water would only flow in one direction and wouldn't flow in the other direction. That's a check valve. I installed it and never had a problem since. So if anybody has a problem with their foot valve and they don't want to dig up their well or haul all their piping out of their well, just put a check valve in line with your water pump and they'll solve your problem. So this video is mainly about that. If somebody has a problem with their foot valve, that if they install a check valve in line, that will solve their problem, and they won't have to pull all their pipe out of their well casing. Everybody have a great day. Cheers.